In the previous topic, I mentioned that it is important to plan what you're going to say first before actually saying it. Planning involves the research of a specific information. This research involves gathering and/or identifying the purpose of the writing, identifying the audience, the tone you will use, and the content that will be used. Let's say I wanted to write a piece on how to plan your writing for you. So my topic would be plan a written piece of information. My audience would be people that are learning. The audience then determines the register that I will be writing in and the style of writing. So let's take a look at our 4 factors. First, my purpose. So my purpose is how to plan written text. My audience is the learners. And then I need to analyze the audience a little bit further by asking questions. What do they know? What do they want to know? What do they need to know? And then I move on to the tone, and I analyze or research the tone that I need to use. In this case, descriptive styles to set the tone, and register would be formal. Why do I choose descriptive styles? Because I need to explain something. When you need to explain text or you need to explain something to somebody in written context, then you will always use a descriptive style. The content, information on planning written text. So anything to do with how to plan written text. So firstly, I'll do a little bit of research in terms of how to plan written text, and then I'll come up with what we call a mind map, which we did in previous topics. And I'm going to create a mind map around my main ideas. Now, if we look at the screenshot, it shows us that my idea is plan written text, and I'll start by pre-writing organized thoughts. That will be my first idea. And then I have draft, begin writing the main ideas, use simple sentences, revise and restructure words and sentences, edit the draft, and make a final copy. Now, generally the research that I would have done would have been the cycle of events or the process of putting text together and how we write. That I used as my main ideas to create my mind map. Further, when pre-writing and organizing thoughts, I want to ask questions, I want to prepare well, I want to choose my words carefully, and I want to organize my thoughts logically. So I'd write all that information down of what I'm going to tell you about pre-writing and organizing thoughts. And then on use simple sentences, I've got little additions there in terms of explaining that you need to use clear and simple sentences, be specific, and complete the details. Let's go and have a look at what my text will look like when it's completed after I've put this draft into action. So taking into consideration all the aspects of my previous mind map, I've taken and put all those sentences together in a rough draft on a piece of paper, and this is what my final outcome was. Writing is as easy as putting pen to paper. Before attempting to write a piece of text, first take the factors of writing into consideration: purpose, audience, tone, and content. All writing has a beginning, a middle, and an end. This simply means that a sentence has a beginning, a middle, and an end, leading to the collection of a same-themed sentences to make a paragraph, which also then have a beginning, middle, and end. Finally, a collection of themed paragraphs to make a lengthy piece of text. Research and gather information. Ask yourself questions about the purpose and the audience. Determine the exact reason for writing and what the audience wants to know and needs to know about the topic. Draft the main ideas using a mind map. Organize the main ideas in a logical order. Use simple sentences with clear and concise words to describe the details of the message. When drafting, ensure to remove inappropriate words and/or content not relating to the topic. Revise and restructure the words and sentences, making sure the meaning is not misunderstood. Edit the draft copy by reviewing the content again, checking for spelling and grammar. Remove unnecessary jargon and/or any content that will not be understood by the reader. Complete the draft to make the text final, making sure to present the text in an appropriate layout. I'm sure the text in the previous slide gave you a good example of exactly what written text should look like and the process to be followed before putting pen to paper. Now, we need to also remember that saying something and the way we write it is not always exactly the same. We can't always write as we talk, and we can't always talk as we write. So be sure to put your words together and think about them carefully before actually making that final draft up. Make sure that it makes sense and everything can be put together. That's a wrap for the last topic in Cluster 2. Let's take a look at the main ideas. Planning involves a certain amount of research, either about the topic and/or the audience. Plan for all the factors involved in the writing process. Make sure of the style, diction, and register when writing. Use tools like mind maps to map out the main ideas. Logically arrange text in draft form, then restructure and review, removing any inappropriate words, anything that may be offensive, jargon that the audience won't understand, etc. Writing is as simple as putting pen to paper.